We all know that Christmas can be a really busy time of year, with so much to organise and so much to think about. I want to help ease the pressure with some simple but utterly delicious festive showstoppers.
I just love it.
These dishes are all easy crowd pleasers you can use across the whole festive season.
Oh, amazing.
To make things really easy, these recipes only have a small handful of ingredients, the cooking methods are really simple, and the prep time is really short. Come on! From stunning Christmas party suggestions, ha ha ha, look at the tenderness, to a brilliant array of dishes to serve at your Christmas Day feast. Easy, easy, easy.
This is my favourite starter in the world.
You can take one, or you can take all of them and create yourself a super easy Christmas. Who's hungry?
Yeah. I can't wait.
This is all about getting fun, festive food on the table with all of the frills, but none of the fuss. Days before Christmas are perfect for inviting friends round for a festive shindig.
Oh, it's so nice to see you.
And all I want for Christmas is to give you a stress-free party menu to take the pressure off this busy time of year. Things just got a little bit more interesting. Whilst this isn't Christmas Day food, it still needs to be festive. So I'm cooking up a stress-free showstopper. Crispy roast duck with an extra Christmassy clementine glaze.
It is so good.
And a veggie phyllo pie in a pan, drizzled with honey and nuts, and some time-saving hacks to pack it full of festive goodness. A special speedy treat to restore a busy chef. How fast was that? Tender, sticky beef ribs, slowly braised in Christmassy ale, that lets the pot do all the hard work and is perfect for this time of year as the weather closes in. Oh, mate, this meat is falling off the bone. Look at the dog, he ain't stupid. And I'll finish things off with a one-tray sweet and sticky pear and gingerbread cake. A proper Christmas cracker.
Oh. That looks amazing.
Merry Christmas! Merry Christmas! I'm going to have a gathering with some of my nearest and dearest, and I want to give them epic food that makes them feel really happy. And epic food doesn't always have to be complicated. So I'm kicking things off with a delicious clementine roast duck and sticky hoisin noodles. A stunning, simple, show-stopping party dish, all cooked in one tray. Festive, packed full of flavour, and unbelievably easy. But it's our little Christmas secret, right? It all happens in here. It's so easy. I've got myself a nice big duck, and I want to flavour this up with classic Christmassy flavours. These, clementines, beautiful. I just need 2 of them, and then a little fine grater. So the zest you can remove, and we'll use these clementines later. Now, a pile of the clementine zest, pile of salt, pile of black pepper. Get yourself a pestle and mortar or a little bowl, and we're gonna make a gorgeous flavoured oil to rub all over the duck. In we go with just a little olive oil to make it a nice little paste. Muddle that around, and honestly, it might look like nothing, but it will give you the most incredible flavour. I'm going to pour this very simple Christmassy rub over the top. Clean hands, obviously, rubbing it all around the cracks and crannies. So that has beautifully prepared this duck to start roasting and getting crispy. Let me just wash these hands for a second. So we've got that lovely rub on the outside. Now, the cavity here, that's potential for stuffing, flavour. So I've got 2 ingredients that I want to use. Ginger, and there's garlic. So let's start with the garlic. These cloves in the skin, you want to just put those straight inside the duck. Now, with the ginger, I just want a 10-centimetre chunk of that. It smells amazing. And we can compost that. And then just roughly slice this up into little chunks. So open up that cavity, get it in there, don't be shy. Now, we're going to cook it, and it's really simple, and that's what we want this time of year, when it's chaos, when there's always jobs to do. You want food that's big on flavour and low on effort. So we're going to put this in the oven for 2 hours at 190 degrees Celsius, which is 375 Fahrenheit, and that's it. It smells absolutely amazing. Oh, crispy skin. Look at that. Sizzling away. What an exciting thing to have at this time of year. Let's have a little look. If you get some tongs and just angle the duck, shake the ginger, the garlic, get it all out. Now, we've got this gorgeous crispy skinned duck. Listen to that. So that's just resting now. 99% of the fat that's in this tray, I will now pour in that jar. So I've got some rosemary in there, and this will make you the best roast potatoes ever. Now, in the pan, all the drippings that would normally make the most amazing gravy, that's what we're gonna make the noodle dish in. So what I wanna do is get the skin off of the garlic. If I just squeeze it here, this literally will go into a puree. Gorgeous. So what's nice about cooking garlic like this is it saves time peeling the annoying things, but when they cook in the skins, everything just goes so much sweeter and more delicious. We'll put this back on the heat and we'll get all of this sizzling. And I want to start braising off and cooking beautiful seasonal greens. In my case, some amazing Brussels tops and some kale from the garden. Whatever you've got, it could be broccoli, it could be spinach. With the Brussels tops, just take the outer leaves off and just tear it in. They've all had a nice wash. What I love about these one tray or 1 pound wonders is we're not losing any flavour. For these to braise down in all the lovely fatty bits from the duck, the ginger, the garlic, the drippings, it's going to be amazing. Now I'm going to show you how to cook the noodles in the same tray. And that's the genius of the one tray, the 1 pan cooking. We're going to take 4 of these little nests. So we literally just pull the greens to one side, place the noodles on the bottom, and then put the greens on top. And now, instead of you scrubbing away, doing a load of washing up, we're going to get that lovely flavour off the bottom of the tray with some boiling water. About 600 millilitres, AKA just cover the noodles. They're not just cooking and absorbing water, they're absorbing, essentially, gravy. So that'll just take like 4 or 5 minutes until the noodles are good. Let's glaze this beautiful roasted duck with an old friend, hoisin sauce. It's full of spices and flavours. It's brilliant at this time of year. And I'll just put a couple of tablespoons over the duck like this and just literally paint it around all the crispy skin, around the legs. And if you think about all the amazing flavours in hoisin, sesame, ginger, garlic, you've got the 5 spice, the fermented soy that gives it depth of flavour. It's a fantastic little flavour hack, and my kids absolutely love it. If you look at the noodles now, they're looking really dark and gorgeous. The greens are still full of life. I'll add a little hoisin sauce, just a tablespoon, just to kind of season it. And then also some beautiful Szechuan chili oil, and it's made with fried Szechuan chilies. And I'm just going to put 1, 2, 3 teaspoons in there. It's not aggressive heat. It's the most incredible, sort of heartwarming, glowing, sweet, tangy chili. I absolutely love it. If you remember, I had 2 clementines from earlier. Just slice them up nice and thinly, and we'll serve that with our lovely roasted duck. And then let me make a little bowl up. Take yourself some of these beautiful noodles, just oozing with flavour, steamy gorgeousness. Let's get in there with some of this lovely duck. The 2 hours will give you meat that just falls apart. So look at that, got a lovely little drumstick here. And then we can go to the breast here. And I just run my knife down the back, and you can just use your knife to push it away from the bone. Remove the breast, and then we can slice it up. And people will get so excited with that amazing skin. And just look at that. And then we can just take a few bits of that gorgeous clementine, a little bit more of that chili sauce, just joyful. Look at that. I mean, it's a thing of joy. So I better try just to sort of make sure. Wow. Absolutely delicious. We've got that beautiful piece of duck, so rich. That clementine seasoning is so good. And then don't forget, what would normally make gravy in a roast dinner has made these noodles. Look at it, I mean, look, just shiny and gorgeous, joyful and triumphant. That definitely deserves a Christmas song. You have to put her on the top.
Oh, on the boat?
Yeah, you got it?
Yay!
Is she on?
Yay!
Yay!
So can we have a snowball fight now?
Look at that.
Oh, big
I'm cooking up a whole host of deliciously easy dishes for a Christmas party, in the hope that you too can bring some new traditions to your festive spread. I'm going to make the most festive £1 wonder. It's the most beautiful pie, really heroing phyllo pastry. It's got all of the joy and the flavours of Christmas. It's vegetarian, it could easily be vegan, and I think even the meat eaters are going to be fighting for this dish. Everyone loves a pie, and this easy pie in a pan is packed full of exciting festive favourites. Chestnuts, cranberries and Christmas nuts. It's party-sized and perfect for sharing. The first part could not be simpler. I'm going to take a pan. I'm going to take a whole butternut squash, right, washed, 2 onions, unpeeled, and a bulb of garlic. All you need to do is pop that in the oven for 2 hours at 180 degrees Celsius or 350 Fahrenheit, and that's it. It will caramelise, it will concentrate, you'll get the jammiest, most delicious onions, garlic, and the most beautiful, beautiful butternut squash. Easy. Oven does all the work. Me, I can go and do whatever I need to do. So, good things have happened. If you look in the pan, soft, 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 actually sticky and jammy. Smells amazing. And this is absolutely what I would call hands-off cooking. We've let the oven do the hard work. So let's have a little look at what we've earned. I'm going to take the end of the squash off, cut it in half, and remove these seeds. And all I do now is just hack it up and get that into our bowl. Then it comes to the onion. That skin has protected the onion, but on the inside is the deepest, sweetest, kind of almost balsamic-like onion. Look, 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 look. Squeeze it out. And it's got that kind of French onion soup vibe. Hack up the onion. And in we go. And then we've got the garlic bulb here. Again, completely protected by the skin. So squeeze the garlic. It couldn't be easier. Let me just get rid of all these little bits of skin. We can compost that. Let's just give this a quick little wash. And I'm going to crack on with a beautiful filling for this pie. First up, roasted red peppers in jars. Genius, you can get them in all the supermarkets. I'm going to use chickpeas. I'm using jarred chickpeas because they're fatter and more delicious. I'm going to use a spice called Ras El Hanout and couscous. So all really easy ingredients to get hold of. Let's get this party pie going. Let's start with the peppers. There's no seeds, there's no peeling, but what you do get is sweetness and a smokiness that is the best cheat ever. We'll just chop this up. Now, what I want in the filling for this party pie is like pops of colour, and when you eat it, like explosions of flavour. So around about kind of 1 centimetre chunks, I think is quite nice. Then chickpeas, about half a jar, and black pepper, lovely sea salt. Then we're going to use spice. Ras El Hanout is a Moroccan spice blend. As I sprinkle 2 tablespoons in there, you're getting a lot of those very festive spices. Cinnamon, coriander, you've got nutmeggy sort of vibes going on. These are all kind of smells that you get from mulled wine or mince pies. So it feels very festive at the moment. I want to contrast the seasoning and the spice with herbs, parsley, mint. Just roughly chop them up. Then, probably the most Christmassy dried fruit. Take a little handful of these gorgeous sweet and sour, chewy, dry cranberries. Now, I want some saltiness. So I've got some feta cheese, which I think works really, really well in here. When you cook with feta, it's so gorgeous. The texture changes, you've got that tang and that freshness. And just by removing that feta, you've got a vegan option. The last thing I'm gonna do is just add a little handful of couscous. The great thing about using couscous is it soaks up any excess moisture. We want this filling to be light and crumbly. Let's have a little wipe down. And the fun starts now. Phyllo pastry. It's like one of these secret ingredients that I always have in the fridge. Let me give you a little trick on how to use it. Get a cloth, clean one, get it wet. And I'll lay the phyllo on top of it so it doesn't get too brittle. Then I'm gonna take 2 sheets, right? Take enough filling to be about an inch thick. If it's not perfect, please do not worry. This is the most forgiving recipe ever. Then take the wet cloth and I just do that. Couldn't be simpler, right? And we're making kind of like a little cigar. And now what I'm gonna do is flavor this pan. So before I put that in there, just a little bit of olive oil, a little bit of our spice mix, a few little lonely chickpeas, just a little bit of rosemary on the bottom. And then we take this little sausage that we've done and we put it around the outside. And then we repeat it. So I've taken the inspiration for this pie from a dish the Moroccans call the mahancha, which translates as snake. They make a really large one, but I haven't got the space for that. You can be rough and ready and just join up your little snakes to make one large snake. Now we're going inside like a little Catherine wheel. Last one going in. Just there like that. So what I love about it is it's kind of organised chaos, which is exactly what Christmas is like anyway. And then all these little bits of herbs and the chickpeas, they'll go crispy. Really poppy and crispy and gorgeous. So we're gonna cook this in the oven for 45 minutes at 180 degrees Celsius, which is 350 Fahrenheit. And that is definitely gonna get people talking. Delicious. Let's have a little look. Whoa, look at that. Oh. Get a platter or a board and we're gonna turn it out. 1, 2, 3. Oh, look at that. Wowzers. The little Catherine wheel, the crispy bits, the chickpeas, look how gnarly they've got. So to go with this, I'm gonna make a beautiful scented 1-minute tomato sauce, taking inspiration and accents from North Africa, and it feels really festive. So in this same pan, I'll add just a little oil, 2 or 3 peelings of lemon zest, a little stick of cinnamon, and there's one more little ingredient that I love as well, and that is harissa, which is a beautiful, quite fragrant, mild chili paste. So all you need is a little teaspoon. And then we take humble tin tomatoes, so shake in the juice, and then just crush in the tomatoes. So it is a really rustic, delicious tomato sauce. Bring it to the boil for 1 minute only. A good pinch of pepper and salt. And that's it. How easy was that? Imagine that pie, hot, crispy, golden. We've got this lovely sort of lemony, slightly sort of chilled tomato sauce. I want something cold and refreshing that's just gonna kind of cut through. So yogurt is utterly delicious. And just steal just a tiny bit of that harissa oil. Look at the colour, 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 colour. And then bash up some pistachios. And this is gonna give you the most amazing, green, gorgeous crumble on the top of our pie. But we're gonna contrast that and make it stick with some beautiful runny honey. It really does feel like something special. Inspired by my travels around North Africa, it makes the most fantastic veggie option at Christmas. Let's have a look inside and see what's going on. Oh, it's crunchy. Let's take a nice big wodge. think things just got a little bit more interesting. Let's fully load it. Wow. Oh my Lord. Utterly delicious. I mean, if you don't like that, put me in jail, throw away the key. Mmm. I'm getting ready for a Christmas party, cooking up some seriously easy dishes that you can use anytime throughout the festive season. Take one or take them all to create a stress-free party menu this year. Around Christmas, we all need a couple of great dishes that we can rely on to tick away in the oven, just getting better and better. And this fantastic one-pot wonder is a perfect hands-off dish that you can rely on. It's dark, it's sticky, it's gorgeous. These easy beef short ribs let the oven do all of the work, slow cooked in beer gravy, to give you all of the festive flavour with none of the fuss, and with clever tips on how to max out taste with minimal effort. Easy, easy, easy. It all happens in one pan, and we are going to use a fantastic cut of beef. Very, very economical. It's the short rib, historically thought of as a second-class cut of meat. Very cheap, very tough, but we're going to turn that tough into absolutely melt in your mouth. So get this pan on a medium-high heat, and let's get some dark golden colour on this beef. Listen to that sizzle. So as the fat renders out of the ribs of beef, let's start thinking about some flavour. So I've got carrots, and they're going to cook for the same amount of time as these ribs. So I'll keep them whole and just give them a little peel like that. So look. Hello, Conker. Ah, he knows. He knows that there's bones in the house. So don't be scared to give our ribs some hard heat. Look at that. We want to get colour on here, because that's going to give you extra flavour. OK, next vegetable, a very underloved vegetable, celery. Often the bridesmaid and rarely the bride, but today we're going to promote her. Let's think about the celery in three parts. The heart, the herb, and the stalk. So I'm going to get my knife, if I don't fall over the dog, and cut about 12 centimetres up from the root. And that's the heart. So this, for me, is the prized bit. And then the second most prized bit is the yellow leaves. Think of them like a herb, and they'll be fantastic for finishing this dish at the very end. And then just get some cold water. Look at my dog. Of all the places he could go asleep, he wants to be right next to me. OK, cold water is herb's best friend. In they go, and they will be perfect at the very end. Let's just show you how to prep the hearts. In half, and then in quarters, like that. And they will keep together even after 4 hours cooking. With the stalks here, just finely slice these. They'll give you the most beautiful, fragrant flavour. I'm very happy with that colour. There's something incredibly satisfying about taking cheap cuts and making them like the most beautiful dishes ever. It's like the ugly duckling becoming the swan. So, remove the rib now. Look at that. It's just beautiful. You can see you've got chunks of meat and that bone that's going to give you so much flavour. So before I put that back in there, we're going to go in with the carrots and the celery hearts. So we're going to get some colour on these and treat them a little bit like the meat. Let me get a couple of little flavour hacks that I think you're going to love. The first one is a caramelised onion marmalade. And in one little hack, you can get mega flavour for that casserole. The next one is walnuts. Very unexpected, but they do incredibly delicious things when they slow cook. Now, you can see in the pan here, we've got nice colour on the carrots. Look at that. Now we're going to go in with the chopped celery. This amazing stew has depth of flavour, but it's only 8 ingredients. which makes it really easy to shop for, easy to put together. You just need to brown this part, and then the oven does all the hard work for you. So as these celery chunks soften, now we can add the onion marmalade. About half a jar goes in. The next one is walnuts, about 50 grams. There's a real tradition in some of the old English cooking, casseroles, hot pots, stews, of using walnuts. They seem to kind of rehydrate and take on those flavours, and they're like real treats later on when you're eating it. So we get our seasoning in there, lots of pepper. That marmalade has given this whole thing an outrageously sticky form. And by the way, the party ain't even started yet because I've got some beer, pale ale. So get yourself a nice bottle of beer, something you'd like to drink. All we do now is take our ribs, snuggle it in, and then I'll top it up with about 600 mils of water. Oh, look at that. It's going to be amazing. I could put a lid on top, but I'm going to use some greaseproof paper and make what our French neighbours would call a cartouche. So you just take a sheet of paper like this, fold it in half, and then fold it in half again. And we'll keep doing that, kind of like a weird little paper aeroplane. We go to the middle, and that is our cartouche. Now, the genius of this, instead of a lid that's very perfect, is we can put little cuts in this, and it's going to allow steam to escape, so you'll get that reduction in the sauce. So you get a lovely sticky gravy, and it protects the ribs. So put your little hat on. The oven is at 160 degrees Celsius, which is 330 degrees Fahrenheit, and I'm going to cook it for 4 hours. 15 minutes prepping, and now the oven does all the hard work. And then you can go do what you need to do. And at this time of year, there's lots to do. Conker, I think we need to go for a walk. Are you ready? Come on, big boy, come on. Come on. Can't sleep all day. Conker, it's time, my friend. 4 hours have passed. Halfway through, by the way, I got it out and I just turned over all the ribs, gave it a little baste, and I put 6 jacket potatoes in, OK? So we got nice jacket potatoes, ready and raring to go. And let's just get these spuds absolutely gorgeous. OK, so in here is going to be dark and mysterious. It's smelling amazing. We've got to be careful when we turn it now, because it's... Look, look at the tenderness. Taking that tough old bit of meat, and you just give it the magic ingredient of time. Oh, look at it, if I just pull a bit. So tender. Oh, the deep flavours are phenomenal. Just brilliant. Look at the dog's going. Look, the dog is so enthusiastic now. He knows exactly. He ain't stupid. He knows what's going on. So what I want to do is just sieve off any excess fat. If you cook roast potatoes with this, or a stew or a bolognese, it's going to be utterly delicious. It's like supercharged flavour. What I love to do is put horseradish over this rib. And that just kind of finally seasons the sauce in the most beautiful way. So let's plate some up. We're gonna have a nice jacket potato. Then we're gonna go for a nice hunk of slow-cooked meat. Let's get some of those celery leaves. And then the hot gravy on the top, look. Beautiful. Let's get in there. I want to show you just how outrageously tender this meat is. It just falls apart. Bit of horseradish. It works so well. You've got this beautiful gravy, that sweetness, the tang, and then the meat is so tender. So little work for so much flavour, and this is great party food. You can do it earlier in the day and reheat it. It's a brilliant dish to do for gatherings, but what a joy. I absolutely love Christmas. I love being able to treat my friends and family with beautiful, scrumptious food, but sometimes, just sometimes, you have to treat yourself. And I've got a recipe that I want to give to you as a present because it's super, super easy. This is the most delicious, festive £1 wonder. This is a dish like you just couldn't dream. So take this moment for yourself and indulge in this quick little dish. It's so easy. The sauce and the pasta cook in the same pan with all of the ingredients that you've all got in your fridge at this time of year. Sausage, bacon, pigs out of blankets, sage and onion stuffing, chestnuts, parmesan, pasta. It all happens in one pan, hardly any washing up. I can hear the jingle bells jingling as I get ready to cook this. It happens so quick. We're gonna get a pan on the heat, medium-high heat. I'll add some oil to the pan. So take a nice, good quality sausage and just pinch the meat out of the sausage. And then you can roll it into the quickest little meatball ever. Just to one sausage, right? You'll get about 6 or 7 balls. Little meatballs obviously cook a lot quicker than big meatballs. So they look cool, they cook quick, and they work really well with the pasta. Okay. So the balls are frying away. We're going to take 1 rasher of smoky bacon. Just slice this up, nice and easy. So the pigs out of blankets, of course, are the sausage and the bacon. And then let's start thinking about classic flavours of Christmas. Sage is a fantastic herb, so I'll pick about 4 or 5 leaves. And then I want some onion for that classic vibe of sage and onion stuffing. So just take 1/4 of an onion, finely slice it. By cutting the onions nice and thin, again, you're contributing to this pasta dish coming together in absolute speed like you wouldn't believe. Look at that. Oh, good pinch of black pepper, tiny pinch of salt. Last ingredient into this sauce is chestnuts, the flavour of Christmas. You can get them in packs or jars, already peeled, already roasted, and ready to go. Take a little handful and crumble them into your sauce. So let that fry away just for a minute or 2 while we shape the pasta. We're using the fresh lasagna sheets. They cook in 3-4 minutes. You can cut them into tagliatelle, pappardelle, but at Christmas, let's have some fun with it. You can go for a Christmas tree, cookie cutter, or a star, or anything you want. It's completely daft. My kids go mad for it. So I've got half a pack of pasta here, 125 grams, and then get like a little pan or something flat that you can just kind of lean on. And then it's super, super easy, like that. As soon as you push it through, this comes out, and you have stars. Merry Christmas. And then we've got the offcuts. They're still good to go, OK? Go in now with the pasta, completely untraditional, right? And then 300 mils of boiling water. And the water cooks the pasta. And then the excess water basically emulsifies with the fat from the bacon and the sausage to make the most beautiful, shiny, silky, elegant sauce. All in one pan, none of the fuss of loads of washing up, and just joyful, proper flavour cooking into that pasta right now. Grate a little bit of Parmesan. Just a little handful is all you need. So the heat goes off, this gorgeous Parmesan goes in, and if you want to give it a little kiss of olive oil, and that's just going to make the most beautiful, creamy sauce. Get yourself a plate. Oh, look at that. Look how delicate these little stars are. Festive loveliness. And last but not least, a classic Christmas spice, nutmeg. Grated over the top, just gives you that whole Christmassy feel. So there you go, Christmas £1 pasta. How fast was that? Let's have a little try. You've got the saltiness and smokiness from the bacon, that sweetness from the chestnut that is just Christmas. And then the lovely, silky bits of pasta. And that, my friends, is my little Christmas present to me and to you. Joy. Oh, I forgot something. Oh, wait for it.
What's it going to do?
Oh, it's beautiful! Merry, jolly Christmas! Watch it!
Darling, look at the stars. Sorry, that was mistletoe. We all know that Christmas is the busiest time of year, but with easy festive time-saving hacks, these recipes make it possible to throw a party without the palaver. Every party needs a delicious cake, and I've got a cake for you because it is so simple. Just a handful of ingredients, it all bakes in one tray, and you don't need any flashy equipment at all. It's one of these recipes that doesn't really have any fuss. One bowl, one tray, one spatula. This fluffy pear and gingerbread cake, with clever time-saving hacks courtesy of your cupboard, is an easy way to spoil your guests without the stress. They're gonna love it. So let me show you how simple it is. We go in with 4 eggs. And these are lovely free-range organic eggs. And then 200 grams of dark brown sugar. Now, the dark brown sugar is gonna give you more kind of deep, licoricey sort of flavours. So beat in the sugar with the eggs, then add 200 millilitres of olive oil, 200 grams of ground almonds, and then 200 grams of self-raising flour. So it's 200, 200, 200. Super simple. Then I'm gonna go in with a teaspoon of baking powder, and then a good pinch of salt. So mix that up. Sometimes when you're doing cakes, you've got several bowls on the mix, you're beating things, creaming things. What I love about this recipe, you just bung it in. Bung it in. I love that, because at this time of year, it's stressful. Don't need the washing up, don't need the stress. Last but not least, we're going in with the beginnings of those Christmassy flavours. Ginger and chocolate, and these are both brilliant. So let's start with the ginger. If you go to the supermarkets, you can get stem ginger in syrup. Take about 7 of these little round balls, and we're just gonna finely slice it. And then it will distribute nicely through the cake. And when you bite through it and you get a little chewy bit of ginger, it's absolutely delicious. I've got some nice chocolate, 70% cocoa solids, so half of that I'm just gonna finely chop again, any old way. And that is pretty much it. So simple. Yeah, hello, boy. Hello, mate. How are you? I've got cake. You're probably not into cake. That's it, you hang out there. I'll try not to tread on you. Right, let me give you a little trick for baking in the tray. Rip off greaseproof paper. Now, when you try and put that in the tray, it doesn't get into all the cracks and crannies. So we can fix that by scrumpling it up really tight, put it under a tap that just softens it a little bit. Once you've got that a little bit damp, then I put a little olive oil in like that, and that just sort of triple guarantees that nothing sticks. So there we go. That is a brilliant little hack. I mean, I just want to get in there and go to sleep. That's comfy. Beautiful. Let's go in with a mix. So that is 95% of the baking done. And then pears, tinned pears. And this is a brilliant little time saver at Christmas because they're perfectly ripe, they're peeled, they're cored, they're halved, they're poached. It means you've got loads of work done for you. I'll slice these up and I'll leave the juice in the tin. We live in a world now where we think like fresh is always best. And I have to say, like really well done tinned fruit or even vegetables can be fantastic. So now it's super simple. Just lay the fruit on top. And then let's change lanes. Tinned fruit. There's something so nostalgic about it. It reminds me of Christmases, it reminds me of my nan, it reminds me of home cooking. The good news is you could do that the day before and pop it in the fridge. And then when you want it, bake that in the oven for 35 minutes at 180 degrees Celsius, which is 350 Fahrenheit, and that will double in size and be amazing. I'm doing washing up, Conker. I know what you're thinking. When's the meat coming? Oh, it smells amazing. You can see it's doubled in size. Look at that. Even Conker's come for a little look. Use the paper to be able to pick it up, right? So it's nice and movable. It smells amazing. Now we can use this tray again, so clever cooking, to make the simplest of chocolate sauces. So take the syrup here, which is natural syrup from the pears. Let it simmer for about a minute, minute and a half, just until it reduces by about half. And we'll use that to melt the chocolate. We've got half a pack of chocolate. And then we'll turn this off and sprinkle in the chocolate. So just agitate it off the heat. And as the chocolate melts, it gets thicker and thicker and thicker. And you've just basically made the simplest chocolate sauce on earth, all made in the same tray. One thing I love to do is take some of this syrup from the ginger and just put it over the pears, and it's just that little fresh kiss of flavour. This tray has worked so hard, hasn't it? So fill up most of this in the jug and then just spill it in and around in a kind of Jackson Pollocky kind of way. I mean, come on. That is a beautiful cake, come together in no time at all. Let's plate it up. Look at that. Beautiful. You can see the little bombs of chocolate in there as well. Some ice cream. Nice little ball on top. And then you know what's happening next. Merry Christmas. Oh, let the good times roll. Look at that. It's exciting. It's Christmassy. So nice, those little nuggets of the chopped ginger. They're so chewy. You got the hot, the cold, the fresh, and the candied. What a great Christmassy cake. No effort, one pan, and absolutely delicious. Do you want to come in and have a nice Christmas drink?
Freezer, let's do
Come
it.
on.
Have you got any panettone?
I've got panettone, I've
Which
got
one?
chestnut.
You want chestnut? I love it.
There's nothing better than a Christmassy cocktail to kick off a festive do. And this delicious hot buttered rum is sure to get the party started. Think of it like a little cauldron of hot drink that you can feed to people when they arrive, when they're a little bit cold. So hot buttered rum has butter. So I'm going to take 100 grams. So I'll put that into a pan, get that bubbling. While that's happening, we can introduce some spice. About 10 or 12 cloves, such a fantastically Christmassy spice. So that goes into the butter. I'm going to add another layer of flavour as well. So I've got a lovely orange here, and I'm just going to use a little peeler to take the skin off. And that's going to give you the most amazing, warm, scented, sort of orange blossom flavour. So as it's kind of foaming up like this, now we're going to add the really nice, cloudy apple juice. So 1 litre goes in. This is enough for like 10 or 12 people. Add the juice of that orange that I peeled. And of course, this is a cocktail, so we're going to introduce some boozy things. A nice rum. Conker, hello, boy. Yay! Here we go. Bad timing, Conker. It's cocktail time, not your cup of tea. So you want 500 millilitres of rum. This is an apricot brandy, absolutely delicious. So 250 millilitres goes in. We'll bring this now to a little simmer. Some of that alcohol will kind of evaporate away, so it's not going to be a blow your head off cocktail, but it will have a nice little pick-me-up. So look, let's serve it up in any glass you want. Just make sure it's a heat-proof glass. Look at that. Hot, steamy, and delightful. Merry Christmas. Let's have a little sip. Oh, absolutely delicious. It's got this sumptuous kind of apple pie vibe. Right, let's get one of these in, Jules. Get this party going.
Aye, aye. Hello, guys.
Merry Christmas!
This is hot buttered rum.
Oh, it smells nice.
Salute!
Who's hungry? Yeah. Go on, count me in.
1, 2, 3.
You got nuts, you got a little honey.
I just love it.
Right, guys, we got a lovely clementine roasted duck.
Oh, that was amazing.
Oh, mate, this meat is falling off the bone. This is short ribs of beef.
Oh, that's like the dream situation. What's that?
This is a chocolate and ginger pear extravaganza.
Yeah, that looks amazing.
Jamie,
Yeah,
Gennady is very quiet, means this enjoy so much.
something finally made him be quiet.
Have you got any more noodles for me?
Guys, Merry Christmas!
Merry Christmas!
Bless you all.